mean specific internet groups? What do you mean by that?
Oh,
What
you know what
internet
groups
groups?
I'm talking about.
No, what groups are we talking about? Just
Yeah,
tell me
the
what
Tariq
groups.
Nasheed groups, the fucking
So, so
the
you're
fucking
saying, so
Dr.
you're
Umar
calling,
groups. Yeah, those
oh,
people in particular.
so
Listen,
you're
dude, I
calling me,
already checked your
no, so
vibe.
you're
I knew
calling,
who
no,
you
so
were
you're
going
sitting here,
into
no, no,
this.
no, 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 so you're
No, no,
sitting
no, no,
here,
no,
you're
no, no,
saying
no,
that
no,
I'm,
because I know
no, 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 no,
exactly
no,
what
no,
kind of
no,
groups
no,
you're in.
no, no,
You're in
you're
the kind
sitting
of
here,
groups who
you're
want to
sitting here,
promote
and you're calling me a
yourself.
Dr. Umar.
Hey, howdy, hello, everyone. I'm about to debate a hotep. Let's go. How are you?
Oh,
Hi, how are you?
alrighty, so I need to know who you are.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, you can call me a pillow.
Hmm.
You know, use anything with me. Any pronouns if you'd like. I don't really care what you call me.
I don't really play into pronouns stuff, but if you want to do that, that's fine.
I mean, I,
Anyway, I need to know who you are, your race, where you come from, and what topic you want to talk about.
okay, so, I am a black person from
Hmm.
North Carolina. My
Hmm.
family has been in North Carolina. We're actually lucky enough to be able to trace,
Same
at
here.
least our last couple of, slave ancestors, a
So
handful of
you're
them.
a, so what I'm hearing is that you're a fellow foundational Black American. You were behind the building of this country, same as my ancestors who were slaves.
I mean, I suppose you can say that definitely.
Alrighty. So what topic do you want? Wait. Before we continue, where do you lean and who do you support politically? Just so I know.
Politically,
Yeah.
I'm what you would, I guess, most people would call very far left. I like to say, kind of half jokingly, that if I were to voice my like deeply held political positions, I would end up with a bullet in the back of my head.
Hmm.
Um, let's just put
Well,
it like that.
I'm not gonna put a bullet back in your head. I'm
Well,
just
no,
gonna like
I,
surgically deal with your arguments and
well,
your political beliefs
well, I don't
because
think you would do that. I mean, like, FBI, CIA, them doing what they do.
I mean they do the same thing. If you're a Black American, they aren't very historically good to us. A lot of them were behind some of the Black Panthers getting brutally murdered.
That is true. That is true.
Yeah.
Uh,
Anyway, what topic would you like to talk about before
well,
we get into this?
I saw there were a couple. You said some interesting things about West Africans, Nigerians in general. I saw you talking about black feminism. We could talk about like
Yeah.
you know there are many
Alrighty, well,
different things. It's up to you.
yeah, well, to get into this topic about Nigerians and Black Americans and the tension I was talking about, well, the reason why is because a lot of West Africans historically, and I'm not saying all of them, but a lot of them were behind us coming here. A lot of them did sell their fellow brethren into slavery to the Europeans, and
Well,
that's why we ended up here.
well, yeah, that is true. There were definitely a lot of
Yeah, I know.
economies
Yeah,
in.
and the issue that I have with Nigerians is that not all of them, a lot of them are supportive, and I'm for them. I'm a Pan Africanist at heart, while being a foundational Black American. I love all Black people across the globe. But my entire point is, a lot of them, not all of them, come here and they call us akatas. And akata is a term that means cotton picker and is used towards Black
Yeah,
Americans
yeah,
to
I know
demean
what
them.
the
A
term
lot of them
means.
have used, yeah, and even to this day, it's not a word that's not used a lot. Even to this day, a lot of Black Americans still have experiences. I was called akata once while I was walking minding my own business and talking to this one African at their business. My mother was called akata once, despite us living all the way in the South. The
Yeah.
African Americans called them that. So there's a tension there to where they see themselves as above African
Okay.
Americans and
Okay.
benefit, and they identify themselves with white supremacists. And a lot of these whites, the reason why they do it is because historically, a lot of other groups identify with white supremacy to benefit off of America. A lot of them are programmed when they come here through immigration to hate Black Americans. You
Okay.
can look it
Yeah.
up yourself.
Can
They're
I
shown
get a word in
when
right
they come.
quick?
Yeah, can I say my point? When they come here, they are shown 1350, and they are told explicitly not to be around Black Americans. And here's the reason why: if they are around criminals or they get involved with crime, they get deported. You know that, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course.
So when they show 1350, they're incentivized to not be around Black Americans because they show it without context.
Yeah. Okay. Hold up 1 second.
Yeah, of course. Take your time.
Uh, okay. So a couple of things to that. Of course, we both have to acknowledge. So when it comes to West Africa as an area, it is a very big area with very different groups, many different tribal groups with different at the time, of course, now in the modern day, after colonialism, a lot of them have atomized into more nation states, although they do still have a lot of like tribal
Yeah.
bounds and territories and things such as that, and like, you know, little states and provinces within their groups. But
Yeah.
I will say, a big issue that I took with your rhetoric last
Yeah.
night, or I guess you could say this morning, you know, time is weird.
Yeah.
But a lot
Time
of,
zones.
yeah, it's weird. But
Yeah.
a lot of
Continue.
the issue that I took with your rhetoric is that it seemed like you were kind of casting a wide net, which I'm not saying that that's what your intention was, but it seemed
Yeah.
like you were doing a lot of that when it, and like it seemed like it was also kind of in response to, of course, horrible discrimination that you have faced at the hands of some West Africans. But my main
Yeah.
thing is, like, I don't think that it's necessarily good for people to be casting like such wide nets due to
Where
those
I'm not, but I'm
aspersions.
not casting white nets. I specifically made a distinction and said that not all of them are like that, but those people who act like that, we should not actively associate with them, or if we can, maybe educate them. A lot of them have been educated, but they still willingly go into ignorance. I could show you multiple examples of that.
Well, yeah, yeah,
And to
and
go across the area, I'm not saying all of West Africa. I specifically said Nigerians,
yeah. I mean, well, yeah, of
among
course, but like
others.
it's also important to note that like there were plenty of Nigerians whose ancestors didn't engage in that because
And I'm
I
not
mean
talking
we
about them, am I?
well,
And
yeah,
I'm not talking
of
about them, am
course,
I? I made a
but my thing
distinction. I
about
made
it
a
is
separation.
when you're pointing to a specific nationality and not specific groups, and even within those groups that primarily engaged in slave trading, we also have to acknowledge the fact
Yeah.
that it wasn't poorer people in those groups; it was richer people. Slave trading is
Yeah,
an
and we're talking
extremely
about those
lucrative
people,
business.
and you need to realize that a lot of these Nigerians who come over here are among the most successful of their country. America
Yeah,
doesn't go for the
in the
poor
modern
people. We're
day,
talking,
in the modern
yeah,
day,
talking.
that doesn't necessarily correlate with their ancestors being slave
Yeah,
traders. They
yeah.
could have hit it
I'm
big
not saying
recently.
I didn't. Did I say that all of them were slave traders? I said the majority of them who do have that in their ancestry and come here because America picks the most successful of the bunch. Those are the ones that I call out. Did I say all Nigerians?
No, you didn't
Correct me
say
if I
that, but
did.
the vagary of your language is leading
I'm
to
not
that
being
kind of
vague
aspersion.
though.
You
Maybe,
are.
maybe,
You're
maybe
saying
in text
Nigerians,
form.
and then I'm saying, okay, well, specific groups, and
Maybe,
mostly the rich people, and you're saying, well,
maybe
the
I should,
ones who come over are the rich
maybe I
people.
should, maybe I should clarify this. Maybe I should say rich Nigerian immigrants who come from that ideology. Is that better?
Okay. Well, yeah, then you can criticize them, but just saying Nigerians in general, which is what you were saying in the
I
Discord.
said, yeah.
You were saying
Here's the
Nigerians
thing.
in
Here's
general,
the
and
thing
then
you need
when
to
you got
understand.
caught on it, you said not
Yeah.
all of them. I can pull up
Here's the thing
specific messages
yeah,
if you want me
yeah.
to.
Here's the thing you need to understand. Whenever I'm in text chat within this server, this happens a lot. Whenever I'm talking to multiple people at once, I get very fucking angry because a lot of you have the tendency to dogpile on me. So of course I start saying shit that I probably can easily be taken out of context, and I get dogpiled on that more, and then I get more and more angry, and my shit gets messed up.
Yeah, okay.
Maybe
So,
right now in this VC I can clarify this, but you gotta realize how toxic this server can be, especially when you are pro-black.
okay, listen. I think there's a big difference between being pro-black. I'm pro-black. I'm very
Yeah.
openly pro-black, actually.
Uh-huh.
I think there's a big difference between being pro-black and
Yeah.
also being pro-black to a point where you start shitting on different groups just because of
I'm
what
not
they've done
shitting
in
on
the
different
past.
groups.
You
I'm
have.
shitting on specific.
I
I'm
quoted a
shitting on
specific message from you.
I'm shitting on specific individuals, racist Nigerians within that group. If you have to understand this.
So
If you want me to go into like point by point, I can concede on the fact that it probably doesn't look good to you. But my entire point here is that we should call out these people, these politicians. A lot of these Nigerians are politicians who are actively trying to mess with African Americans. One of them, I can show you a link, wanted to remove Black History Month and make it American History Month, which is basically White History Month.
was she a Republican?
Yes, he was a
Well, then
GOP.
that's probably why. Yeah, a lot of
Yeah,
Republicans do that. A lot of like Republicans,
yeah,
even
but
from racial minorities, do that.
A lot of these Nigerians identify with that. They rock
A
with the white
lot? How
supremacy.
many?
A
Give me
lot.
data. You're saying a lot vaguely. That's the
Data,
thing about it.
data,
Your language is being vague. Give me data. You're saying a lot of Nigerians.
data.
Give me data. Show
Do
me.
you think that what data do you specifically want? Do you think that there's a specific list of how many racist Nigerians there are within
No, but
America?
there
Or
are
am I
polls.
gonna base it
There are
polls?
polls. You can ask. Yeah, you can literally just go around, find a poll. Okay, how many Nigerians approve of, say, this politician? There are millions of polls in this country because there are millions of different kinds of people. If you're gonna make wide claims like that, you have to have sources to back it up. You can't just say many Nigerians and then get mad when someone says, "Oh, that's a little vague," because that is vague. There are millions of Nigerian immigrants and descendants of Nigerian immigrants who live in this country. You can't just make wide aspersions like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, you got to understand where I'm coming from within my own situation that I find myself in. You can understand that I come from the black community itself. This is why earlier, when I was in general chat, I brought up the fact that the black community should focus on itself and handle these issues that we have among our African brothers who come from the continent, among other groups that actively shit on us despite us advocating for their civil rights and that they benefit off of that.
Okay, then, well, we can address them. We can most certainly address them. But whenever we are addressing specific bad people, we can't go around making wide claims and casting wide nets.
I didn't say it was all Nigerians. This is what I did.
No, but you said many. You said many, and that's vague.
Many, yes.
Many is a lot.
Probably. If you want me to get up like precise studies, maybe. But from my experience and what I've seen across the board in real life, on social media, among politics itself, I've seen a lot of Nigerians. Yeah, a lot of Nigerians who associate with the Republicans.
Okay, bro.
To a degree.
Anecdotal evidence is not evidence. Yeah. I've met many Nigerians in my life who are extremely progressive, and I've met Nigerians in my life who are conservative. Yeah. It depends on the person. You can't use anecdotal evidence. Because I'm not using that as evidence in my argument either.
You're not using that as well, but you understand this. Anecdotally, they can add some level of understanding.
It can add understanding, but you can't use it to justify your arguments.
Maybe. I'll concede on that, but can we continue down the point real quick? Remember what I said earlier about us not being advocating for other groups, and specifically the black community not allying? Remember earlier?
Yes.
I brought that up specifically for the reason, due to the state that black America is in within a lot of communities. They're doing very badly. There's still high crime rates. You have like a lot of shit that's going on that we can name out right now. And I'm saying, I'm not against those groups. I'm not a bigot. I'm not against groups advocating for themselves, but I'm for the black community not all the time being incentivized to vote for these other groups or advocate for these other groups while we're dealing with our own shit. Because when we do advocate for these other groups, for example, Hispanics, we advocated for them. We helped them get into this country. For the Asians who benefited off of civil rights, a lot of them forget that. And then after we advocate for these groups,
wait, hold up. Dude, you're doing that same thing again when you're saying a lot and many. You're saying a lot and many. Listen, if you want to say, wait, hold up. If you want to say specific groups, don't say a lot and many though. Again, you're doing that same thing where it makes it seem like you're casting wide nets on specific groups when you can point to specific criteria.
Hispanic. Let's go to the Hispanics, for example. Do you know how many Hispanics vote for the GOP?
A pretty decent amount, actually. I've seen data on it before.
Within LA, you know who paved the way for them to get here?
Yes, Black Americans, but a lot of them were also there already due to California having been Mexican territory.
Yeah, but do you know how many of them did come here and are against Black Americans?
Yeah, and that's a bad thing, but there are also many who came here and are perfectly fine with Black Americans, largely because a lot of us live in the same communities with each other due to racial prejudice faced from white people.
The issue that I have with, I didn't say all Hispanics, so the issue that I have with is these Hispanics who advocate to try to destroy our communities or fuck with Black Americans. That's the issue that I have with them.
Okay, so, can you give me some names?
Racist. Not off the top of my head.
Not off the top of your head. So you're saying there are plenty, but you can't give. Can you give me 5?
I remember specific ones from a few articles that I could not name on the top of my head. There was one of them who were I remembered them. They were it was an LA congresswoman or something. I forgot her name. Remember that story?
Yeah, the racist lady. But then again, that was like that whole city council. That situation was fucked.
Yeah. There was one other guy and a few other social media influencers that I saw supporting her as well.
Okay.
And a few others who were against reparations. I forgot their names, but I can't name everybody at once. But you can understand my sentiment.
Okay. So can I point out a couple of things on this? Okay, so California as a state is actually majority. I think the largest ethnic group in California as a state is actually Hispanic, which is really interesting
Yeah,
when you think of
yeah,
it. And we also have to keep in mind California as a state is one of the most socially progressive states, and although it hasn't necessarily done the best for racial minorities as of recent, and even in the past, it definitely has not. California is definitely one of those states that has been working towards being better. For example,
yeah.
one of the
And
things
I'm
that
all
they
for
did,
it.
legalizing weed and then helping commute the sentence of people who were in on weed charges, which largely
Yeah,
affected the black community. That was one thing they
yeah.
did with a
Did I
Hispanic
say yeah?
majority population who helped
Yeah,
vote it in. So whenever you're
yeah,
saying, oh, well, many Hispanics this, many Hispanics that, how about, the
yeah.
Hispanic groups that
How
helped?
about I make a distinction? How about I make the distinction here? Because Undercover made a point. How about I just say racist Hispanics? Is that better for you?
Yes, that's much better. That's much better. It's much
All right,
clearer language.
there. Because I'm not. I think I'm not properly representing it properly. I meant racist Hispanics. That's probably better.
Yes, thank you.
Because
Because trust me,
I'm not a racist by any means. I brought this up to Saru earlier because I saw Saru specifically in chat call me a racist towards all white people because I said I don't like white ignorance, which means the K word. White ignorance within the black community is you know that term, don't you?
the
What it's
K
used
word.
for? No,
The
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 term white ignorant. The term white ignorant.
I can look it up.
You,
What does it mean?
I could give you a quick synopsis. It's like a devolving from cracker. It means a white ignorant person, a racist, whether it be on the left or right or whatever,
Okay.
whether they know it or not.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah,
You can just say
and
white
and
racist. You don't need to use your like Tariq Nasheed
see,
language. Okay,
yeah. Well,
please.
when I called him out earlier, because earlier I was talking about white ignorance, and I said that I made a distinction. I did make a distinction, and he still said I was racist towards white people, and that kind of pissed me the fuck off, and that's why I popped off.
Okay, gotcha.
Because despite me making the distinction to Saru and a lot of other people, I was still called a bigot, a racist towards white people, and that pissed me the fuck off. And you can understand why.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I got muted for like an hour, and then I got fucking double chutted, I guess. And then I got timed out because I was arguing with him. And you understand why I've been so pissed off for the past few minutes or so. I've been in chat half an hour or so.
Yeah. Yeah, I can get that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Saru is a fucking asshole.
gotcha. Okay. So, a couple of other things. So,
Yeah.
we've cleared it up.
Yeah.
When it comes to like language. Yeah, whenever you mean like
Yeah, of course.
racist people in particular, please just say racist. Don't say like many or a
Yeah.
lot or anything like that, because I'm gonna have to call
Yeah,
you on
sure.
that, because that vagary is
Yeah,
like
sure.
weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure, that's fine. I get it. I was being a little bit too blunt. Wasn't thinking.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Trust me, sometimes people don't
I'm
think
just
it.
really fired up. That's all. I'm usually calm. But this server is such a toxic space that whenever I try to talk to people, I get fucking dogpiled. Even when I'm being respectful and I get cursed at. So of course I get pissed off.
Yep.
And almost everyone in this VC is guilty of that, besides like Undercover or Bluestone, who I don't know that much.
Yeah, I mean, trust me, I tried multiple times to like tell people to like, hey, please shut the fuck up, let me handle this. But
Yeah.
shit happens.
So what other topic do you want to talk about?
So I remember you said like earlier that you were like a black conservative, but like not in a. I'm assuming not in a Candace Owens way.
No, I don't. I hate Candace Owens. I'm not. I'm not like a black conservative that blindly votes Republican. The way that I'm a black conservative is that I want to preserve the black household. I want black women and black men to be more traditional and start raising black children. I want black children to thrive. I want us to be more, in a sense, within our communities, more conservative of our culture as well. I want black culture
So
to thrive.
so if I may ask, what's your opinion on I mean, I guess like mixed race relationships. What's your opinion on that? I haven't
I've
seen
already
that.
said my opinion earlier. If you are within a mixed race relationship, that does not automatically make you a coon. What does make you a coon, or what does make me hate you, is when you are within a racial relationship and you divorce yourself entirely from your community and raise your kids to either hate black people or not identify with black people, because 9 times out of 10 they will be light skinned. It's all about mindset and how you support your people.
Okay, so
So
like,
no, I'm not against interracial relationships. It's all about the mindset. I've seen plenty of pro-black people who date white women or are married to one. It all depends on your mindset, your language, how you act, and how you carry yourself around your community that you were born within.
okay, so like you're fine with mixed race relationships. Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
If I may ask, when it comes,
context matters.
okay, so if I may ask, I think
It's
because
not,
like I
no,
was
no, it's
looking,
not bullshit. Hold up, no, no, it's not bullshit. How is it bullshit? I responded to you earlier and I said I was fine with it, Eliza. Why are you being a lying bitch right now? Excuse my language. Why are you lying? Why are you saying that I'm bullshitting?
okay,
Answer the question, because you're being a fucking liar right now. I responded to you earlier, or I responded to someone else earlier, and I said I wasn't against interracial relationships. Why are you lying?
okay,
No, why? No, no. Let her fucking answer in tread zone. I want to hear this. I want to see this.
the loving black foundational American talks to his wife. I guess. Jesus Christ. Okay, how's everyone doing so far? I'm muted. You know, how is everyone?
Well, earlier, Eliza, you were fucking dogpiling me in the general chat. Do you not admit that?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Literally
Okay.
yesterday in the
This
general
was
chat while
literally
everyone
supposed
was
to be a
dogpiling
one-on-one.
me, you were fucking
This was
right
supposed
there
to be a
joining in. You
one-on-one.
didn't go against it. You were with your socialist buddies and you were shitting on me. Don't you dare fucking lie and act like you weren't being hateful towards me in general chat when I called you out on that shit. Why are you being so disingenuous? Why are you lying? Why are you lying, Eliza? You were being fucking hateful in general chat when you guys are dogpiling me. No, because this is every time I call this shit out. Every time I get dogpiled in this fucking community and I call it out, they say, no, I'm not being hateful. Why are you being hateful towards me? It's bullshit. I'm getting tired of this. Because you guys do this all the fucking time whenever we're talking. You insult people, and when they insult you back, you fucking chud them. This is bullshit. I'm tired of this mindset in this community. Whenever somebody doesn't 100% agree with you, you shit all over them. I remember last time that fucking happened, I was told to suck a Nazi white cock and I was told to go to hell. So no, you were being hateful and you were among the fucking dog pile. I'm not taking shit out of fucking proportion.
Okay, I'm going to exercise.
You were among the dog pile.
I'm gonna exercise my mod powers real quick. Um, Everyone who's not me or Walter, I'm gonna have to ask you all to kindly shut the fuck up and stop talking. And if anyone responds to this outside of Balthazar, because you're also an adamant, I can't do that. If anyone else responds to this, even in text chat, I will fucking mute you. Got it?
Alright,
Got it.
let's continue.
The dog piling people.
I got pissed off. I'm sorry, I got pissed off at that fucking comment.
You're fine. You're fine. Okay.
Fucking gaslighting, man. Alright, continue.
Okay. Yeah. So back to the FBA thing. Are you like a Tariq Nasheed watcher? Is that something or?
A little bit of a Tariq Nasheed watcher. I don't agree with him 100%, but sometimes he does make good points, just like how I watch a few other people
So
as well.
what do you agree with him specifically on?
Well, I do agree that sometimes when Black Americans overly extend to other communities, we do get burned a lot of the times, or those communities don't appreciate what we do. The racism among those communities, to be precise, and it makes Black Americans feel very shitty. I do agree that Black Americans should be more proud of their heritage and that we should identify as foundational Black Americans and that we are not lost as a people. We have a culture, we have a people, we can trace our way back to what we were. We were slaves in America. That's what we were. We are not lost. We know what we are, and we are going to keep advancing as foundational Black Americans. That's what I took from his message. I don't agree with how he does shit on Africans sometimes and isn't for connecting with Africans who are not racist. I love Black people across the globe, and I'm not an isolationist when it comes to Black Americans and African Americans uniting.
Okay. So
There's distinction.
what? So what specifically do you agree with him on? Because you did say what you disagree with him on, but like,
Yeah.
with the foundational Black American thing, you agree with him on that. How?
I agree that I agree that we should identify as foundational Black Americans because we did build this country off of our own corpses and ancestors.
Okay. So
We are the foundation of this country. A lot of the buildings that you see or the cities that you see were built on the graves of Black slaves, aka our ancestors, our brothers, our sisters.
All right. What is your opinion? Actually, let me ask. Have you ever heard of Fred Hampton by chance?
No, I have not. Who is this person you
Uh,
speak?
okay, Fred Hampton was, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly, he was leader of the Chicago chapter of the Black Panther Party, like the OG Black Panther Party, and
Yeah.
he formed the well, he got gatted by the feds because of course he did.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, of course.
but
Everyone knows.
he formed the Rainbow Coalition, which was basically a coalition of black people as a part of the Black Panther Party, and also various other minority groups in Chicago,
Yeah.
such as Hispanic minority groups, some Asian minority groups, although they were still mostly centered around the Western Coast at the time.
Yeah.
Um,
The point?
yeah, things such as that. And my main question to you is like, what would be your take on something like that, like a collaborationalist group? Because I saw you
Well,
say something
in,
earlier about like something like a rainbow coalition, and that you wouldn't. Let me look this
well,
up just to make sure.
in an ideal setting, in an ideal political climate, I would be totally for all minorities and Black Americans working together. Of course, I've already said that I'm for certain minorities working together. When it comes to the current state of LGBTQ community, I said realistically, it's not going to benefit us allying with them, and that most
Wait,
likely
wait.
the wait, kind of physical point, the conservatives, they're going to go away from the gays and they're going to start associating us with the gays, and then we're going to get shot more. And I brought up the point about how Joe Biden, you can see, is planning on hiring 100,000 cops. You can see that 100,000 cops getting hired,
Wait,
that's
wait,
most
wait.
likely.
Question. One point at a time. One point at a time, please.
Yeah,
If I may
yeah, sure.
ask, I never mentioned like gay people at all. I just said Rainbow Coalition, which is the term that Fred Hampton used.
Oh, my bad. I
So like,
thought you meant
so like,
gays.
no, no. Actually, I would like to explore that if I may.
Yeah, yeah, I thought
What,
you meant gays.
what's your opinion on gay people? Because that just kind of came out of nowhere, and it was like,
My opinion on gay people is a little bit not libertarian, but as long as they are not hurting people, I don't care who you're fucking.
okay. And then what was the thing about like them, like us associating with them will just get us shot more? Like, what was with that?
Well, because right now in the current political climate, everyone is resurfacing, become anti-gay. You have a lot of conservatards and a lot of alt-righters that want to kill gay people because they think all gay people are groomers. Because a few teachers who happen to be gay individuals groom children, and now they assume all gays groom children. So they're using a
Okay.
groomer narrative to kill gay people within their
Okay.
own communities. And if we associate with them, they'll say, "Oh, all black people are pedophiles. They support pedophiles," and they're going to start trying to kill us. You're going to have a Colorado shooting, but for
Hold
black
up, hold
people.
up. You do realize that like they do that already. Like the only reason
Yeah,
why
they
they're
do. All the
focusing, the only
conservative.
reason why they're focusing on gay people right now is because they are like, as a group, gay people are the group to shit on. Like queer people in general are the
Yeah,
group to
yeah,
shit on
and
right
yeah, and
now.
I know that a lot of them are targeting blacks, but I prefer not being targeted more because we're actively associating with them. A lot of them
So
do want to
you're
target blacks.
willing to shy off a group so that they can get shit on. Like you do realize what's gonna happen whenever, like, in the event that all queer people get wiped out in the United States, you do realize who's next, right? Like all you're
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
do
doing is
realize who's
buying
next.
time.
Buying time. What do you mean buying time? I said, while they are focusing on their own issues, if black individuals want to help them, that's fine. But I want the majority of us to focus on our community and getting shit handled with. So in the case that they do target us, we're properly ready and we're not easily being knocked down. If we do get
So
to an ideal point, no, if we do get to an ideal point where black and gays and other minorities can work together, then sure. But in
okay,
this current climate, I prefer we focus and fix these issues that we have in our community to some extent, while not just extending a hand to another community while we still have shit going on in our own.
okay, so you do realize that you can focus on multiple issues facing multiple groups at once, right?
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yes,
I've seen the black
we
community.
are
I've seen the
very
black community.
capable of doing that.
I've seen the black community. I've seen the black
What
community
what
try
what's
to
that
do that,
supposed to
and they
mean?
get burned a lot of the time.
Yeah, yeah, people get burned. That's the thing about politics. Whenever you're fighting against fascists, especially fascists that hold a majority of the political power in this country, yeah, you're gonna get burned. But that doesn't mean that you should
Yeah,
let
so
other groups burn, because that
I
just means
already
that we're
said
gonna be
that.
next. When those groups are
Yeah,
gone,
and I
we're
said-
next.
Did I say I want that group done? I said the majority of us should focus on getting our shit done. Reparations, all that shit that we want to advocate
We
for.
can
We should
get our
focus on
shit
that.
done while
And
helping
any
other
black
people get their
individual-
shit done.
And any black individual who wants to help those gay groups or gay minorities can. But I, among others, want to focus on fixing our shit and getting our shit to the point where we can help these communities properly and have a decent voice along with them.
Okay, so what's your opinion on people who are in both groups? Yeah, who
If
like
they are in
exist
both
in
groups-
both groups,
if-
and they
if they
kind
are-
of don't want to die based on either
If
group
they are-
identity.
If they are in both groups, they can support both groups if they want to as individuals, and that may be a help. But at some point, you're going to focus on more of another group than another. You're going to have those points
That's
where
not
one group's
necessarily
going to say,
true.
that's human nature. One group, if they ask you to do something, another group asks you to do something. How are we going to do this properly without all of us getting killed?
Okay, so it's slightly related to this. So like you support black feminism, right?
I support second and first wave feminism when it comes to black feminism.
Okay, so what's your opinion on women like Angela Davis who both focused on race and being a woman and the oppression at the intersection of both of those groups? Do you think Angela Davis was focusing on mostly women or mostly black people?
I have a question for you.
Uh-huh.
I have a question for you. Does she mainly, when she's making these points, what does she point to? What are her arguments? I haven't heard this person. What are her arguments and how does she propose herself? Because I've seen a lot of black feminists nowadays who just shit on black men or make points towards black men within our community and hating them.
Okay,
I've seen a lot of
wait.
do that. Remember your Cynthia G's and this other woman that I saw on Destiny stream a while back who hated black men. She said she was a feminist, and there was a white feminist in there who was supporting every point she made. Her name was Lav Loon, some fucking.
Well, listen,
language,
trust me, I have never heard of that person. I'll probably not agree with her. Okay. I do actually have a question,
though. A
though.
lot of black women I've seen in those communities, and Cynthia G's communities, are black feminists. They
So,
identify as black feminists.
If I may ask, do you know who Angela Davis is?
No, I do not. I've not
So,
heard of
do
her.
you consider yourself a black liberationist? Or, like, someone who believes in black liberation?
I do believe in that.
So, you believe in
certain
black
aspects.
liberation, and you've never heard of Angela Davis?
No, I have not. I don't.
That
I
is
don't
very
follow the web.
interesting. Angela Davis isn't like some tiny person. She is a pretty notable advocate.
So, is it my fault for not knowing whom she is? or
Kinda,
hearing
yeah,
of her
because it
within my
seems like you
media
got most of
circles?
your information from the internet and specific internet groups if you've never even heard of Angela Davis.
What do you mean specific internet groups? What do you mean by that?
Oh, you know what
internet
groups I'm talking about.
No, what groups are we talking about? Just
Yeah,
tell me
the
those
Tariq
groups.
Nasheed groups, the fucking
So
the
you're
fucking
saying-
Dr.
so you're
Umar
calling-
groups.
so-
Yeah,
so-
those people in
so-
particular.
so
Listen,
you're
dude, I
calling
already
me-
checked
no,
your
so
vibe.
you're
I knew
calling-
who
no,
you
so
were
you're
going
sitting
into
here-
this.
No. So you're
No,
sitting here and you're saying that I'm a-
because I know exactly what kind of groups you're in.
no,
You're in the
you're
kind of
sitting here-
groups
you're-
who
you're
want to
sitting here
promote
and you're calling me a
yourself.
Dr. Umar and Tariq Nasheed fan. You're a liar. I'm not subscribed to any of them. I don't go. on
Yeah,
their
but you
groups.
do
I don't
occasionally
listen to
listen to their
them. I
videos and
told you,
occasionally
I'm
agree
not
with
Tariq
them.
Nasheed
Yeah,
fan,
yeah,
so stop
okay.
misrep-
That's what they all
stop
say.
strawmanning me.
Listen,
No,
because
I'm
when
not
it comes
Tariq
down to
Nasheed
it, when it
fan.
comes
I
down to
listen
it, the
a
fact of
little
the
bit.
matter is, I know
I'm not a
what
Tariq
kind of
Nasheed fan,
person
but you're
you
not
are.
grouping me up in
You
that.
don't believe in black liberation. You feel like you have been spurred by a society. That's why your entire
mean I
art.
don't
That's
believe-
what.
what
That's
do you
why
mean
you
I
were
don't believe in
crapping on
black
West
liberation?
Africans earlier. The fact of the matter.
What do you mean? I
The
was
fact of the
crapping
matter
on
is because
black
you
racist
feel.
West Africans.
No, you were saying many.
Oh,
I had
no.
to call you on that many times before you went back to the racist point because you and I both know what you're actually talking about. You don't feel
talking
any
about?
connection to these groups. You hate these groups. You don't like these groups. You don't like these groups. That's why you're pointing to them and you're going, oh, well, this group has done yada yada yada, and it only takes someone like me to point out, hey, maybe don't say all of those things about these groups. You are not a black liberationist.
So don't call out the issues within these groups and what the racism within these
No,
groups.
you can call
right?
out the issues in those groups, but the way that you're doing
I
it
have been.
sure seemed to be looking like you're pointing to those groups. I can pull up a specific message if
Did
you
I
want.
say at what point did I say that I hated all West Africans? That I hated all of
You
them? And that I
quite
don't like them?
actually. Wait, hold up. One second.
Show me like show a screenshot. No, show a screenshot.
Show
where
a
I said I hated
screenshot?
all. Yeah, say where I hated all of them. Like all of them, all West Africans. That I
Yeah,
hate
I
all
actually
West
have
Africans.
a
That I don't fuck
screenshot
with
that's
them.
pretty
That I don't
interesting like that.
that I don't fuck with all West
Yeah,
Africans.
I
That I
actually
hate them and I hate Africa as a continent.
actually
Where
have
did
a
I say that I
screenshot
hated
like that,
all?
my bro.
Where did I say that? Why don't you show it?
Yep.
Because I don't remember. I don't remember saying that I hated all of them as a whole. I was against the ones who call us fucking akatas and fucking cotton pickers. And I already said that I was fine for having black allies. So why are you strawmanning me?
I did.
You keep having this.
No, dude. It's because of your language. It's because of your language. Okay, dude. If you keep shouting, okay, I need to be able to get a point out. If you keep shouting, I'm gonna mute you. If you keep shouting, I'm gonna mute you, dude. I need to be able to get a point out. Okay. So, like, I'm gonna have to ask you for 1 second, my kind friend. Express like some church-like silence and let me speak right quick. Okay. What I'm reading you as is someone who looks at black liberationism as an aesthetic, and you try to achieve it through shitting on other groups, and it only takes someone else to call you out on your rhetoric, your very bad rhetoric, which is why I posted that, because it very clearly seems like you typed that out, and then you're like, oh wait, fuck, actually I have to, like, specify, because you don't know your language, you don't know your rhetoric, you don't know you don't even know who the fuck Angela Davis is. I'm not saying that you have to, like, read her fucking books,
so I have to
but
know
you don't.
Who Angela Davis.
You should at least have heard of her. You should have at least have heard of her. You should have at least have heard of her. If you don't even know who she is, then you are not a black liberationist.
So I have to hear of this person to be a black liberationist in any
No,
aspect.
you should at least know about them. That's the thing about it. Because you don't know these groups. You get all of your rhetoric from people like Tariq Nasheed, sad little men who sit in their rooms all day and yell at women because they have nothing better to do with their lives. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly the type of people that you are because I've dealt with thousands of you.
So you think that I'm just a fucking Kevin Samuels?
Yes,
that I like shitting on
literally.
black women?
Literally, that is what you read me as.
So my rhetoric,
you can say that you love one group and then shit on them immediately. One of Hitler's best friends was a gay man.
At what point did I say that I hated black women? If I hate them so fucking much, Pillow, show me where I said
You don't have to say it for it to be communicated.
How is it being communicated?
How's it been communicated? Well, we can go back to that whole. I don't like it whenever black feminists say bad things about black men.
No, shut the fuck up. Show me communicating where I said that I hated black women and I don't like them in my fucking language. Show me.
Okay, come on, calm down for a second. Okay, you okay? You good? Type if you're good. Type if you're good. Type if you're good, sweetheart. Just say you're good. Just say if you're good. Sweetheart, yeah, I can call you sweetheart, I can call you sugar plum, I can call you sugar tits, I can call you whatever the fuck I want, dude. We can keep going at this. So are you good for me to unmute you? And can we talk calmly? Please. Okay, I'm gonna unmute you. Okay, so. So let's talk about this. Okay, I have my hand on the button in case I need to point it out.
Literally, I'm just gonna say this right now because you literally started shouting.
One second, sweetheart. 1 second. Okay. The reason why I started shouting is because you started talking over me, like you just started doing then. I'm gonna have to ask you to stop doing that, buddy. Can we do that? Can we do that? Give me a yes. Come on. You're a big boy. I know you can do it. Just continue the convo? Yeah, we can continue the convo. Just let me speak without getting interrupted. That's all I need. Okay, cool. Shut the hell up and unmute me and speak. Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Thank you. I love you. Love you, buddy. Black man to black man, I love you. Okay. Listen, I'm trying to help you. Because I almost fell down the same path myself. Almost. But I stopped myself. Okay? So, to me, yeah, and this is entirely to me, it seems like your entire knowledge of black liberation and the black power movement in general has come from specific people on the internet who harp that aesthetic to fill their pockets. That's it. That's what it comes down to. You don't actually believe in black liberationism. You don't believe in black power. You don't believe in black solidarity. If you did, you would support a bit of intersectionalism. That's why I brought up Fred Hampton and the Rainbow Coalition earlier, because the fact of the matter is, it takes multiple groups of people working together to fight against oppression. You can't just focus on one group at a time. You can focus on
So
specific
you
issues and
said,
groups. Stop talking over me. Stop talking over me, please. Okay, we good? Okay. A rising tide brings up all ships, and that is something that you are clearly trying to shy away. That is why, and don't speak over me because I'm about to go into this, yeah? That is why you were pointing to you were using very vast language to describe specific groups. You weren't saying, until I corrected you in this, you weren't saying racist Hispanics, you were saying many Hispanics. You weren't saying racist Nigerians, you were just saying Nigerians. And I can bring up the messages. Because you were saying this until I got... What? Wait, hold up. Come on, dude. I was really just about to finish my point, okay? I'll tell you when I'm done. Okay? That's why you were saying just Nigerians. And again, I can bring up specific messages if you want. The fact of the matter is, you do not come off to me as someone who actually supports black liberation. You seem like someone who has been wronged by groups before, which I can believe. Yeah, I've been wronged by groups before. But then instead of internalizing that and going, okay, that was one bad person, but at the same time, I'm not going to cast aspersions on wide groups, that's what you end up doing. You end up casting aspersions on wide groups, which communicates to me, and I'm almost done, it communicates to me that either A, you really don't like these groups and you're playing cover for doing that by saying, oh, I love these groups. Actually, I just have issue with some of their aspects, and it only takes someone calling you on that for you to say, oh, I only have an issue with some of their aspects. Either that, or alternatively, you're just not good at rhetoric at all, and you should probably stop talking about politics before you end up pissing someone off inexorably and getting your shit rocked for accidentally saying something that you didn't mean. Okay? I'm done.
Alrighty. You finish your point. Now, when I start talking, I better not hear you utter a fucking word, alright? Let me finish a point.
Yes,
if I hear you cut me off, I'm gonna leave this. Don't call me Slayer. Shut the fuck up. If I hear you cut me off a single time, I'm gonna leave this VC and we're not gonna talk. Because anytime I do talk in this server, and I try to be reasonable with my rhetoric, I try to be reasonable, you guys keep poking, and some of you will take bites out of me and fucking insult me. Nook, you're responsible for this. Marshall, you were involved with that. And a few other of you that I can name were involved with that. Even Eliza, though, she'll fucking lie about it. But whenever I do that and I get angry and I start fucking going off, you guys act like I'm going off the rails. Now, to go off my points earlier, when you brought up that screenshot about Nigerians, you said I was fucking up when I said, oh, not all. You said I was saying that to clarify. In that screenshot, I said not all Africans, just Nigerians, due to them being the reason for our ancestors being slaves. Now, maybe I was wrong in that message, and the context of that message looks fucked to a lot of people. I should have clarified that by saying racist Nigerians, probably. I was fucked on that, so I'll concede on that. But to say that I'm against black liberation, and that I'm not pro-black, and that I'm against this and that, when I've literally said that I concede, and in the ideal situation, I'd want a lot of groups to work together, and I said in the current climate, I'm not for that. I'm for the community, as it is right now, for the most part, the majority of us, maybe a few can help. I never said I was against that. A few can help these other groups, but right now I want us to start focusing on our groups and the issues of our infrastructure. A lot of black communities don't have black infrastructure, don't have black people to employ them within some of these communities, and I'm for us fixing those issues on our own without any outside help or government aid or government reliance. Okay? So let me clarify that. You're not gonna go here and compare me to a fucking Kevin Samuels fanboy, all right? There is nothing wrong with my rhetoric besides this entire space being toxic to any idea that does not fully follow in with it. And when I get pissed off and I start accidentally fucking up, you guys bite out of me. So no, I'm gonna clarify this right now. Do not ever say that I am against pro-black liberation or that I am not for my people. Okay, you're not. That's what you're not gonna do, and you're not gonna call me a Tariq Nasheed fanboy. I've listened to Tariq Nasheed. I've disagreed with him about black women. I've disagreed with him a lot, and I know that a lot of these figures can be grifters. Tariq Nasheed is not for black people unifying. I'm for us unifying with black people that are within our interests, within the black population across the world globally's interests. So don't do that. Don't do that again, Pillow, because I'm gonna call you out every fucking time, just like I did to Saru. Are we clear about that? Okay, Sunshine. Okay.
Yes, honey.
We clear on that?
Yes, honey.
Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So with that being said, again, intersectionality is kind of a thing that you need to do if like you want to rise against an oppressive system. Intersectionality usually fucking helps.
Oh, a pathetic
Just
rant.
saying.
Okay, Nick. Okay, Nick.
Whoa,
Hold
whoa,
up, Nick.
whoa,
Hold up.
whoa,
No,
whoa, whoa!
no,
Hold
no,
up
no,
now! Hold
I
up
saw
now!
that.
Hold up now!
No. I
Hold up
fucking
now.
saw that.
Wait.
You want to talk shit?
Wait.
No. This
What?
fucking Canadian. No. I've been hating this guy since day fucking one. He's been on my ass.
Okay, me and you don't pay attention to Chud Zone. Don't pay attention to Chud Zone. Just me and you. Everyone else doesn't exist. I'm gonna have to ask everyone else to shut the fuck up in Chud Zone. Everyone. Including you, Balf. I love you, but including you. We can't keep getting sidetracked, please. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, please continue. With your point, if you'd like. And if you're not going to continue, I can just go on with mine.
You literally, I'm not saying that I'm against us being intersectional, but I'm actually advocating and I've been supporting people who want to get a black infrastructure done, who want to get black communities to be more connected and less outwardly focused on other social or political issues within other communities, that we need to start focusing on that so that the next generation isn't in the same position we are in, so that the next generation can have decent jobs or decent way of fucking life. Okay. Don't ever say that I'm not pro-black liberation.
Okay.
Just because I don't know some random figure.
Okay, I'm not going to say about you're not pro-black liberation. I'm just going to say about you don't understand black liberation as a concept. I'm just going to go with that from now on. Yeah.
You literally went to a rant, literally belittling every facet of my belief and just called me a fucking Kevin Samuels fanboy. That's what you did. Just letting you know that.
What you speak like, dude. I'm sorry.
So I hate black women and I fuck.
No, not necessarily. Actually, wait, no. I never specifically mentioned.
Kevin Samuels. You know Kevin Samuels died fucking a Latino person, right? He was not.
Wait, he died having sex?
For the black community in any way. Yeah.
Wait, good for him.
No,
actually,
he was not pro-black in any regards. He did not like the black community in any regards. Maybe he made a few money off of it, but he was not for it.
Yeah, kind of like Tariq Nasheed and his whole fucking like what's your opinion on like the buckbreaker thing from Tariq Nasheed?
What did you say?
What's your opinion on like Tariq Nasheed's whole buckbreaker thing? Yeah.
Buckbreaker? You talking about when they call people getting buck breaking or something?
Yeah. What's your opinion? Like, he made a whole fucking movie off of it. I think he made like a lot of money off of it. Because
are you talking about when he specifically targets black people who quote unquote buck break?
Well, I mean, that movie, if I'm remembering correctly, was like specifically against like queer men.
Well, I haven't really, like I said, I'm not a big follower of Tariq Nasheed, so can you provide what he was saying or the context? I've only watched a few videos of his as reference.
It's like a whole ass movie. I don't know.
Just give me a TLDR of the entire points that he made, and I could say how I believe them or whatever.
Basically, it was a movie that took like the sexual abuse that a lot of black people faced during slavery and tried to transform that into like a wider conspiracy about how the modern queer movement is actually trying to like disempower black men from fighting up against oppression. It was like 2 steps away from like blaming Jewish people for it. Like it was a weird fucking movie.
Well, I don't really know much about that topic, and I don't have any smoke for gay people. In my personal opinion, so I don't really know. I don't hate gay people, and if his point was that gay people bad, then Tariq Nasheed was wrong on that point, I guess.
Okay, so
I do believe that within this video that I saw that I'm not in the case of Ye, who had a very big schizo rant. I hated that a lot of Jewish people within their community were grouping all black people and thought that we were all going to start hating Jewish people just because Kanye said that, or that we hated Jewish people. A lot of us don't. And a lot of us did condemn Ye, or Kanye, whatever the fuck he calls himself, rightfully so. And that a lot of it was being overplayed that we were all gonna normalize anti-Semitism when a lot of us, including myself, were making fun of Ye for going on a fucking schizo rant and a 3-hour rant about loving Hitler.
Okay.
I did agree on that, that some people within the Jewish community didn't have a lot of faith in us as Black Americans to realize that Ye was being retarded on his bullshit. That's when I remember when Ye said that I remember we used to love Kanye, but as soon as we saw him wearing that MAGA hat, unironically, and hugging with Trump, that's when we just fucked off with him. And a lot of Kanye's fan base is white, just letting you know.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, no one gets that big in numbers without having like a fucking white fan
a lot of
base,
his fan bases. Yeah.
Personally, I'm more of a Kendrick Lamar fan, always have been, but
you want proof, Nook? You want proof, Nook? You want proof?
Wait, hold up. Wait, was Nook talking in fucking chat? Nook, shut the fuck up. Please.
No. Let's go over his point real quick, because this fucking Canadian wants to get in the conversation. Let's hear this. There was nothing where Jews were saying that Blacks are gonna be anti-Semitic. Is that what you're saying? That there wasn't a fear from the Jewish community that we would fall into normalizing anti-Semitism? Is that what you're fucking saying? Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're gonna say right now, Duke? Are you gonna be another fucking retard again? I'm just asking you. Well, your opinion is fucking dog shit. Shut the fuck up. Alright, let's continue the conversation.
Okay. Nook, if I see that message sent, I will mute you.
I don't care about it. I'm getting tired of this fucking Canadian. Every time I'm having a conversation, this piece of shit keeps talking shit. And he always does it when he has a group around him, because he's a fucking pussy and he's a coward. Anyway, let's continue the conversation, Pillow. Let's go back to what were we on about? Fucking done with this retard.
Yeah.
Let's continue.
Okay. So we were talking about Tariq Nasheed. We can get off of that point. I'd prefer not to talk about him. I really do not like that man.
Yeah, I don't like him either, but I can agree on some of his points when he is right.
Well, a broken clock is right twice a time. So.
Yeah, that's my entire point. That's why don't ever say that I'm a fanboy of him, that I only follow Black figures like that on the internet, because I don't. Okay. Don't misrepresent me because of your own thoughts about me in your own fucking head, alright?
Okay.
Now let's continue.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, sunshine.
So, yeah, love you too, sweetheart. Okay, so if I may ask, how did you develop this this philosophy? Because
well, as a Black man who grew up in the South, I have never had good relations with other communities within this small community we have here. And I've already said where I live. A lot of people do know where I live within the South. There's a local white community nearby us, and there's a Black community that I live within. And the white community, we do not have good relations with that community. We do not like the white community within our area because they actively try to terrorize or insult us. I've been called the hard R multiple times when I used to go to school. I was called the hard R multiple times. I saw this one real nice Black kid who was hitting on this white woman once within the lunchroom. The white woman told a bunch of the other boys in the school that some Black guy was hitting on them. And few hours later, I was walking through the hallway and I see they start beating on the fucking Black guy. They jump him, and while they're fucking beating him, they call him the hard R. So of course, I'm not gonna have similar outlook to you who may live somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely get that. And that's the issue with...
And that's in the modern day, by the way, just saying. This isn't like the 60s.
Oh, no, I can definitely believe it. I've faced... I mean, again, I live in North Carolina, which is in the South. Despite the name, I have also faced horrible racial prejudice myself in my life.
Yeah.
I've been lucky enough to live... at least in like a relatively sizable city, because North Carolina... for the South actually has like quite a couple of cities, which is I know. Yeah, but like I've been out in the country before. I live in suburbia, so like I experience racism myself. The place that I work actually is like right on the cusp of like suburbia to the country, so I've experienced racism there. I get it 100%. My main thing is just like it feels, and this is just from like what you've said with the whole like, oh, I want to like build up the Black community, but I want it to be like mostly Black people, and like while some people can focus on the issues of other groups,
Yeah.
like I want to primarily focus on this, and I think people should primarily focus on building us up. Um, it seems, and correct me if I'm wrong, of course. But
You've misrepresented me a lot of times.
well, yes,
So
please
go
just
ahead.
correct me if I'm wrong this time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like this insularity comes from issues that you've had with other groups in the past. And my main thing is just like, Eliza, shut
Not in
the
the past.
fuck up.
Wait,
Not
wait,
you,
wait, wait.
Eliza,
What?
shut up.
Well, race alliance. That means fucking nothing, Eliza. Okay.
Okay,
I continue.
how about this? Next person to type in chat.
You
Actually,
can
I'm gonna put
understand.
this up.
You know what, Pillow? You can understand why in this space I'm so aggressive now. Because I was nice when I first came here. I was very reasonable. I was very nice to everyone, and I still got cursed out like that. I still got that treatment. This is why I don't like anybody in this community, and why I'm not friendly to most of you anymore. Because I've been banned before as well. I've been muted multiple times, and now I've been chutted or perma-muted, whatever it is in this server.
Well, yeah, I mean, but then again, I think that's just the thing about engaging in politics in like a Discord server. It's not like
Oh,
oh,
but here's the thing. In this server, I've watched Xander Hall. I've watched a few other lefty creators as well, and they preach being able to convert people to leftyism. And I don't believe if you want to convert people that you're going to operate and carry yourselves like this, or you're going to tell somebody, a black man, which I've been told this in this fucking community, to suck a big white Nazi cock, or call him a bigot, or call him this or that and that.
I mean,
Even when he's
well,
trying to explain himself and being reasonable,
we
you'll
also
get dogpiled.
we
This is literally this is why I said this is literally I've debated people on the right as well. I haven't just debated lefties. This is literally the experience I've had in literal like fucking neo-Nazi and like alt-right discourse that I've debated and fought with.
okay. So I would like to note
This isn't how you convert people
this
to
is
your
a
side.
server of over 30,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
Shit
What's the
happens.
excuse? Mm-hmm.
What's the excuse? Zan is one
We're,
person.
the mods themselves, the people who hires the mods in this server.
Zan and other mods. But
Yeah,
9 times out
so
of 10,
the
it's like,
mods themselves, act like this. The mods themselves that I've seen, that I've tried to
okay.
be friendly with, act like this. And then they get surprised when a lot of people don't want to like be on the left. And I'm not even like a fucking chud. I don't even support Republicans, but I don't support the left or Democrats either currently.
Okay. Mate,
Maybe
you have to keep
I
in
might,
mind that the
yeah,
mods had
yeah,
muted you and shutted you. And I know this
mm,
because I'm a mod myself, and I know the way that
yeah,
we usually mod around here. To
mm-hmm,
everyone else, it seemed like you were being belligerent in general chat,
belligerent,
which is why,
belligerent.
yes, that is the word I'm gonna use. You were kind of being, and trust me, listen, I'm someone who can get very fucking belligerent. I know belligerent when I see it. You were getting belligerent in general chat,
I
hence why
was
you got
literally
shutted.
I was literally being attacked by multiple people in the chat. I wasn't being belligerent. I was arguing with multiple people dogpiling me. That's not being
Yes.
belligerent. If
And
I
you
was
know
being
what you
belligerent,
do
I would
when
be
that
specifically
happens?
I'll be specifically belligerent to one person that I'm fucking constantly insulting, but I
Okay.
wasn't. In general chat, I was arguing with multiple people, some of which have been in this VC that actively fuck with me. So no, I'm not being belligerent. I'm giving the same energy that you people in this community give out. And when I give that same energy back, you fucking people freak the fuck out and you act like assholes. And you act like I'm being unreasonable. When I was reasonable,
Okay,
I was nice.
listen.
I was open. I was literally talking to a guy who wanted to convince me to be a communist, and I was listening to him. He was being nice, but then I get fucking kicked out of the server. When I come back and want to talk to him, I got dogpiled again. So no, don't don't go there because I will dog walk you through all the screenshots and experiences I've had within a few days
Okay.
being in the server, just because I didn't agree with a lot of you and your points.
Okay, you know, how about this? Next time you're arguing with someone in the server, you know, if you remain in the server after this, that's your choice. Next
Mm-hmm.
time someone does that, DM me. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Just DM me.
Mm-hmm.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, you have a
Yeah, let's
lifeline to an
continue the
listen, I'm
conversation.
giving you a lifeline to an admin. I wouldn't whatever this.
Yeah,
You
all
know?
right.
Next
Yeah,
time,
yeah, all right.
just DM me and I'll see what I can
Mm-hmm.
do. Sound good?
Yeah, let's just continue the conversation.
Cool. Is there anything you wanted to talk about?
Not as particular. I just wanted to clarify a lot of this because I've been called a lot of shit in this server, and I've been even now I've been dealing with one of your moderators. Sorry, constantly fucking with me. I mean, we could talk about the topic of them claiming me to be racist towards white people as a whole, if you want to talk about that, being accused of that.
You know, I don't necessarily
And
know why
didn't
they
support it.
accused you of that. You
I
haven't
was
said
being accused.
anything this
Saru
conversation
said,
that would indicate that, and if I'm being
Saru,
honest,
Saru said, and Saru basically said because I was talking about white people, and he said that I was being racist towards white people for talking about them. And when I said, hey, I'm distincting white ignorance from white people or individuals, I'm fine with white individuals who aren't racist towards me. The problem that I have with is white ignorance and white racists within this community. And when I did that, he got very angry with me. So I called him a white ignorant. And when he continued, he kept calling me a fucking bigot and racist towards white people. And that pissed me off.
okay,
And it still pissed me off because everyone was fine with it. Nobody defended me
okay.
at all.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm just gonna say this. Yeah, I don't know the 100 of the situation. I've heard your tale. Well, not. I'm not gonna say tale. That sounds demeaning. I've heard what you've said. I don't think I've heard what Saru said, and I would have to review the messages. But at the end of the day, you haven't said
Saru
anything to
is a
me.
disingenuous piece of shit.
You haven't said anything to me that would indicate that you're racist against all white people. So I'm gonna assume that you're not, and we can move on from this point because I'm not Saru, and I'm not gonna fight Saru's battles. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Anything else?
Well, what do you have to say? Because you said we're talking about black liberation. What do you think about that? Or where I come from? What do you think about my beliefs? I've made some clarifications and had to correct you on some of it.
I think it would do you well to learn a little bit about intersectionality.
You know what? If you can give me some sources, I'll check them out on my own time. Because I've been given sources by some of you, and I've even talked to a communist himself, and he gave some good points. So if you give me some good points, I'll think about that. But
Yeah.
so far, I don't like how you painted me earlier as a Tariq Nasheed fan, or that I had disdain towards black women when I've done the farthest. Or you said that you can still say that you love people and hate them. Like, why did you say that?
I mean, you
Why did
can.
you say that? Yeah, but I don't. I literally said in chat earlier that I love black women and I want black women and black men to unite, and that's why I date black women because I want to unite. You
Well,
know?
yeah, but that's also the thing about it. A lot of people can see that as a kind of patriarchal view, like the idea that black men and black women should marry and
How
should
how is it
unite.
how is it
It's
how is it
almost like
patriarchal? I didn't
it's
specifically say marry
it
though.
can
I said that
sound well.
black women and black men in general should love each other and be more united. How is that patriarchal? I didn't say that they should start marrying and shit though.
Well, yeah,
Marriage
but
was not
whenever you
formed
say
out.
unite in that kind of context, it usually indicates marriage. That's
Not
usually
just
what it
I didn't
indicates.
I should have. I need to clarify that it's not marriage. So at no point did I bring up marriage, nor was marriage the intent of that argument. I just said that black women
Well,
and black men should be more united. Even if they aren't together, they should be able to have some level of love and connection to each other as brothers and sisters. Because
well,
we've been on this fucking continent for years now. We've been together, and we have people in our own community that hate black men, or men in quotations who hate on black women. I'm not for that. That's why I don't like Kevin Samuels, and I don't agree with everything some of these black figures say. But realizing they can say some good shit.
gotcha.
I don't cape for these creators, and I haven't caped for any of them. So don't ever accuse me of being one of their fanboys. All right?
Okay, you
That's
said
not what
it.
you're gonna do.
Confess. I got you. I got you.
I'm just gonna
Okay.
I'm gonna keep
Listen,
just gonna
trust
keep
me.
saying that because if you ever do that again, I'm gonna just clarify that. All right? I don't
What,
like that.
wait. What are
Because
you gonna do
I've
if
been
I do
told
that
that
again?
before. I'm gonna insult you, and I'm gonna call out your bullshit
Oh,
over
you
and
can
over and
call me
over
every
until
word in
and
the book.
I'm gonna keep nailing that and drilling it into your head. Is that fair?
Oh yeah. That sounds. Ooh, sounds kind of. Mm.
Shut
Okay.
up.
Yeah. So, moving on to it.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. So back to what I was saying. A lot of people can see that as like a little bit of a patriarchal view. And again, not saying that you believe this. Just be more clear with your rhetoric, please. A lot of the people who do preach that same stuff do tend. Yes, you've clarified, but in
Even in
future,
chat, though.
in
Even in chat.
future, in future, okay, in
Mhm.
future, be more clear with what you mean by that, because a lot of the people who preach something similar to that with the same rhetoric just mean that they
Mhm.
want like black women barefoot and pregnant and like fucking housewives. Okay, Which, is that
That's
what you
not-
want? I don't think that's what you want, but just to make sure,
That's
is that
not
what you
I
want? Okay,
No.
good to know. We can move
At
on
no
from
point
that
did I
point
say
now.
that. I'm not a tradcon.
Okay, good to know you're not a tradcon. That's one good thing that we've moved over on. Okay.
Regardless, man, I
Yeah.
just need to understand. I'm gonna need those sources.
Yeah, I'll send you like a PDF of like Women, Race, and Class by Angela
Yeah.
Davis. It's a really good book, you know. And I
Yeah,
brought
yeah.
her up. I think it'll do you good to like read her material. She's a very smart woman. Okay.
But to just finish this before I like take a break and relax a little bit, almost I just need to say this real quick to Nuke. Why is it that every time someone's having a conversation, or anytime someone's having a conversation, you have to butt in and be an asshole? Like it's always the Canadians that I see do this. I just need to clarify that before I head out. It's always the Canadian. It's just like it's inherent to Canadians to be assholes. Anyway, I'm gonna head out.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out. You guys have a good one.
You too.
Yeah, fuck Nuke and fuck Canadians, man.
All right. You have a good night, dude. Jesus fucking Christ.
Ignoring the fact that a Canadian was making sure that he was catered to as best as possible.
Guy is a whole fucking mess, dude. That was painful. That was so fucking painful. I still think that he's a hotep. I think he just got fucking insecure when I called him out on watching Nasheed. Like, I never brought up Kevin Samuels. He brought him up, and then he got super defensive
We
over
need
that.
to talk about Kevin.
Yeah, we do not need to talk about Kevin. I'll rather shoot myself than talk about Kevin. Chat.
I want to make a pun.
Chat, how do we feel about that one? That is my first debate back streaming. How do we feel about that one? He sent me a friend request, really? Okay, fuck it. Sure, accept.
Wait,
I've accepted.
are we allowed to talk?
Yes, you are allowed to talk now.
Don't say any slurs.
Alright,
He's fucking said enough to
These
get my
fucking Canadians.
video dinged.
Well, Bell is literally
Hey,
protected. It's true. I was.
I
literally
was like,
making
isn't
sure.
Balthazar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you want to chat?
I'm making sure he's catered to as much as possible. So, like, I'm trying to make sure.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
deafen right quick so I can talk.
I
to
just
chat.
sent like one message.
Okay. Last I checked, this debate was between two people. Is it impossible to ignore chatters? I guess. The thing about it was, like, a lot of people who we kept telling to shut the fuck up kept speaking. And that was an issue. Hey everyone, I'm new here. I thought the debate was good. Well, thank you for being new here. I'm glad that you liked the debate. He's back. Okay. What's this about?
Shit in chat. No, you want to have a conversation, so let's have a conversation. The conversation with Pillow's over, so go ahead, let's talk.
Okay. So if you like this debate... If you like this debate, there's plenty more to come. If you would like to debate me, you can DM me on Discord or on my Twitter. Links in the description down below. I stream on Fridays and Saturdays, or Fridays or Saturdays, depending on how I'm feeling that week. If you like this video, make sure to like it, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.